Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I'm going to try to do my best to not overpack. I'm an overpacker when it comes to makeup especially, and I overdo it and I will make excuses for every single product, and I end up not using half of the stuff when I'm actually on vacation. And I always try to remember and remind myself, okay, next time don't bring this, next time you don't even need this, but then I forget and then too much time passes and then I travel and I overpack again. So this video is as much for you as it is for me to not overpack. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I packed in my last trip that I was on. I went to South Beach for 2 weeks and I definitely overpacked. And I'll explain a little bit why I chose the things that I chose and why I won't be packing that again on my next trip. Hopefully this helps some of you guys. I know I mentioned on Snapchat that I'll be showing you guys this. I gave two options that I was going to do it either on Snapchat or on here. A lot of you guys said that you wanted to see it on YouTube. If this interests you, or if you guys have a trip coming up, hopefully this helps with your packing situation. Packing makeup is such a I think it's more important than my clothes, honestly. If you want some helpful tips from me and how to minimize your packing makeup situation, then keep watching. Let me kind of walk you through what I packed. Let me show you how many bags I packed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know, that's a lot. That's insane. And a lot of these items I put on my little backpack because I checked in a bag and I just didn't want that stuff to get lost at all. That just shows my priorities. In this bag here, so I'll go through this one first. I usually will pack my brushes. My mom got this for me and all my sisters forever ago, like years ago. It's from Eco Tools, I think. Yeah, it's from Eco Tools. It's like an old little bag, so it has like an area where you can put your little brushes in, and then a big area here for more brushes. So I usually will put my face brushes in this section here, and then my eye brushes here. This part I can't really overpack, to be honest, because they're just so small and they fit pretty well. But what I always will make sure to pack were just some small fluffy brushes, a liner brush, which I didn't end up using, so I probably will never do that again, and an eyebrow brush. This was important. Then in this section here, I have my brushes. I could have put my concealer in there and my mini perfume in there, which I forgot about, my mascara in there, but so I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do instead. I didn't use this brush, so I probably won't pack that ever again. I used this one for my foundation, bronzer, blush, although I didn't really use a lot of blush this time around. I used mostly bronzer on my cheeks, so I probably won't pack blush next time. And then my powder brush for my face to set stuff. So that's what I would probably do. I have all this space in there, and I don't know why I didn't utilize this space enough. So I'm going to go back to that bag in a second. In this bag, I put all of my lipsticks and tubes. I also put my liners in here. I did film a video of my declutter series for liners, and they did go in here, so some of that space freed up. There's no need to pack 3 mascaras. There's no need. So I would just pack the one and then not pack extra. I did pack 3 concealers, my Maybelline one, my MAC Pro Longwear, and then this highlighting pen that I told you guys I wanted to use up. This one I used a couple times, so but I won't pack it again next time. But it was nice to have 2 different options for my concealer, so I still will pack these 2. So I'm gonna put that in this bag still. So you guys, you see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to like kind of redo this. I used my eyeshadow base like a couple times, so I would put that back in that first bag. Eyeliners, obviously I overpacked it because I was doing a video. I think I would probably end up just packing one of these. These are like the felt tip Revlon ones. I like this one a lot. It's really easy to use and it doesn't take up any space, to be honest. So I would not bring these guys. I might end up next time bringing just one that goes in my waterline, just in case I want to kind of add some extra smudginess. That still fits. I did wear some lashes every once in a while. Miami is pretty fun to dress up and kind of like do a little bit extra, so I will bring my Revlon glue if I ever have to wear the lashes, so that goes in there as well. Okay, now what's left in here are all lipsticks. So I didn't wear all the lipsticks that I thought I would. This lipstick, this is the Wet n Wild lipsticks in Sandstorm. I love this lipstick. It always makes me feel confident and comfortable, and I probably won't wear that again. This is an e.l.f. Duo one. I hardly wore this one. It just smudged a little bit too much, so I won't be bringing that next time. This red liquid lipstick got a ton of wear. I love wearing liquid lipsticks on vacation, especially on warm like destinations. I needed to be a liquid lipstick, so this was like my go-to, as well as the matte LA Girl flat finish pigment gloss. This was in the color Timeless. This pink one was really fun to wear, so I would throw that in there as well. And then I just would wear a neutral one. I have all these light pink ones, this really bright one, and I'm not gonna pack those again. So I think next time I'll wear something like more nudish. This one's a good one from Milani, but I just bought one that I really liked too, and this one's in the color Stunning. It's just more of a nude. I can mix it with the other two, so I probably will leave this behind. And then I also need something creamy on my lips, so I probably will take this Color Gel Maybelline. I don't know if I'm going too fast, but this is how I pack. Okay, so now that section is done. So usually I have 2 of these. This is why I don't know why I overdid it. This bag is empty, so I already am making progress. Sometimes what I also do is like in this area, I'll put in like flat items. I brought with me the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder, the duo. I was using this a lot for my eyeshadow and like, you know, darkening underneath the drop shadow and things like that. I use this a ton when I travel as an eyeshadow. I usually don't touch my eyeshadows too much, and I'm always like trying to remind myself to not pack them because I always end up using the Anastasia one. So this I will throw in that little flat section here, so it just fits nice and snug. A highlighter that I brought with me, and it was a single one, was the Kiko eyeshadow. It's actually an eyeshadow, but I use it as a highlighter. I really liked wearing this a lot. Something similar, very similar, is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. Both of these are the same size. They're both very flat, so either one of these I would travel with, but for now I'll just pack this one. So let's see how it's nice and snug. So I did bring this. I didn't use it. This is a liquid illuminator, and I never used it. And then by mistake, I packed 3 different chapsticks. Not necessary. Just pack one. So I'm gonna take the soft lip. Soft lip, this feels so good, and my husband can wear it because it's not super shiny. I'm gonna slip that back into that other section of the Eco Tools. I also ended up bringing the Hydra Matte moisturizer from Embryolisse. It felt like I was going to be there for such a long time, so I brought this big one, but honestly I could have got away with just packing little sample sizes of them in these little MAC sample ones. So next time I won't bring the whole thing, I'll just bring a little sample size of it, because with this you only need pea sizes of them. Next time I'll pack it in this little guy and then put it in here. So this, the nice thing about this is it acts as a primer, so it's your moisturizer and your primer. And another version of that is the MAC Time Check lotion. That one also acts as a primer, so if you, whichever one you prefer that feels more comfortable on your skin, pack it in something small like this or 2 of these. Honestly, I didn't go through it at all. Alright, and then this one I had a lipstick that I threw in here that I didn't like at all. Orange Pro Longwear one. I didn't like it, so I will not pack that again. And then what I also packed were 2 little samples of my primers. I didn't need this much, so I will just pack 1 of them. And what I also packed was the Black Track liner from MAC. I never really needed to wear this, honestly. I had all these liquid liners, all these pencil liners, and all these felt tip liners, so this was like the last thing I wanted to do, was to put something like this on my face and then try to remove it. So I won't bring this back on vacation. The last thing was this banana powder. This was like my face powder that I used. I also brought my compact. This stays in my purse, so I don't really count this as my setting powder. Every once in a while I'll use it, but for the most part I like to set my face in areas that are oily, especially in hot humidity areas, with the banana powder. This stuff is really great for keeping your skin nice and dry throughout the day. So this I will pack the whole thing of. It just stinks that it's so bulky. I wish there was something like flatter and sleeker, but I can't figure it out, so I will pack the whole thing again. The next thing I won't do, that I wish I didn't do this time, was pack a bigger foundation. Again, take a small sample of it and then just pump it in there. I didn't use that much foundation. There were days where I didn't even wear foundation, so carrying a whole thing like this just added weight, and it didn't really make sense for me because I didn't need the whole thing. So what I did do with my other foundation is I used an old sample one. You guys, I keep these whenever I would get samples from MAC. I always like clean them and disinfect them so that I can use it for vacations. But I've like loaded up a darker foundation because I knew I was going to get darker and I knew it was not going to be that same foundation color. I packed this with a like darker foundation, and then I used this with my concealers, and then I mix them together to get my perfect match. So this is what I'll be wearing with my foundation from now on. Okay, this is where I'm at. Already doing really good. Also brought this because, again, I thought I was going to do way more makeup on myself and just kind of post more pictures, but I didn't do so much where I needed to clean my brushes. I brought several brushes, more than I needed. This is the Makeup Cinema Secrets Quick Drying Cleanser. I won't bring this next time. I happened to get these little guys from Sephora. They were just a moisturizer coconut skin smoothie priming moisturizer. I don't even know. It's from First Aid Beauty. So this I'll be taking with me on my next one because it'll act as my moisturizer and save me space. The next thing was this palette. This is so important too. Honestly, this is like the best thing I could bring. It just like keeps everything clean. There's always gonna be tissues in the hotel to clean this up with. You can mix them on this. You can throw your powder on here to make your beauty blender kind of add the foundation better. So there's always like a way to utilize this. I need the palette. I don't like putting it on my hand. I don't like putting it on a napkin, it'll soak up. So this is the best way to also utilize all the foundation because it won't soak up in any of the pores because there's no pores. So this bag is empty now, thank goodness. And we're gonna move to this one. So now I'm gonna pack this one. So this is going in there. This was the Visor palette. I love this palette so much. But what I kept using over and over was a dark color, which was my brow powder. I didn't really use light colors because I just didn't need to. And then any of the medium tone browns I can kind of mix with my bronzer. So I didn't really need this and I won't be taking it back with me. The other palette that I brought with me was this little shimmery one. It's a very inexpensive Essence All About Sunrise palette. Essence has a ton of these. I actually got a ton of use out of. I was actually shocked. I just kept using this with my finger, blending it out with some bronzer. If I needed to deepen it up, I could use my eyebrow powder. So this was like pretty much my little special something. I really like this, and it can double up as a highlighter because these two light shades I've used as a highlighter before, and it's really beautiful. So that's going to stay into this kind of square section. I also brought lashes. I brought it in this little container. I actually really enjoyed wearing lashes. It kind of made my makeup look a little bit more special because I didn't put all this extra effort into the eyeshadow combinations or the colors. Because you cannot fit one of these, you can also fit multiple ones in these, so it doesn't hurt bringing a few. But I really liked these a lot. And I like these containers because it won't smush them. So that's going to stay in my little to-go. The next thing I brought was this palette. I really thought I was going to get a whole lot of use out of this. I brought a shade stir, peaches, 2 other blushes, a highlighter, some colorful eyeshadows. Ask me how many times I used it. It was actually 2. I used it 2 times to use the Bleach It Peaches blush, but I could have just gone without it, honestly. I think next time if I want a blush palette, I'll bring the e.l.f. blush palette. You can use this on your eyes and stuff like that. So I'm going to put this back in here. A lot of room in this. Other thing, so I'm going to put my little banana powder in that one because it fits best in there. My compact in there, although this stays in my purse usually, but that's okay. And I have bronzer. This one's so bulky, it's so big, but I really, really loved wearing this bronzer. It's my favorite one, and I use this a ton on my eyes. Pretty much every look that I did. Every day that I wore this makeup on my face, I would put this on my crease, on my eyes, and then the other liners. This guy's empty. Oh, and my mask, and my eyelash curler. That goes everywhere. The beauty blender, it was tricky to pack, so I wanted to make sure that it was super dry, so I used a newer one, and I put it in toilet paper, but it was dry, so it didn't like suffocate, but that one went in here as well. Always bring oh, I also brought this setting spray, but in the warm weather I didn't need this, so I'll just kind of play it by ear depending on where I travel. This is 3.4 fluid ounces, so this only works if you're checking in a bag and throwing it in there, not if you're traveling. So don't bring this and don't like mess up by having them take it away from you. So next time, this is what I'll be packing with, and both of these can stay with me in my backpack. I can pack more books this time, and I won't overdo it with my packing. Honestly, I just overdid it with my packing. These two, this is exactly what I need. So I dwindled down 5 different bags to 2, and there's still a lot of space in here. Definitely more room if you wanted to put extra moisturizer, extra facial products. You can totally fit it in one of these guys. This one, I don't remember where I got it, to be honest. I think Mom gave this to me too. But they have a ton of these bags, like at Target, Ulta, so you just have to kind of dig around and figure out what makes sense for you. But this one I really like because the brushes are in different compartments, and you can also see what you have. Oh, one thing that I kind of wish that I brought with me, but I'm not going to, was a mirror. I didn't have something like this size, so I kept having to use my compact, which was really tricky. So I think next time what I'll do is bring this bigger mirror. This one is such a good mirror. It's a great powder too. But so I'm going to bring this one next time because it can also stand on its own, and the MAC one will kind of flip and fall. So this one I'll probably slip into there, even though this isn't one that I need. Alright guys, I hope that helped you guys. If you're an overpacker like I am, then this is definitely going to be useful to you, and maybe you can make some exceptions here and there, figure out what matters to you, figure out what lip colors don't matter to you or do, but I think that these two are going to be my go-to travel essentials. Let me know if you have any other suggestions when traveling with makeup. These are my best tips, and I always learn from my mistakes. Every single time I travel, I'm so mad that I overpack. So this way, I think I'm good, because this is pretty much what I used every single time. I never really use all that other stuff, to be honest. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!